Hi, today we're making a very basic chocolate cake. This is made with oil, not butter. Not butter. Now what I want to do is I want to put some cooking spray in here in the 9-inch round cake pan, okay? This will prevent stickage. I do not want to use butter on this because I don't like to mix butter and oil together. They don't seem to get along. I also want to flour the pan. I do have parchment paper, but I would just rather flour. Here we go. We're going to flour the cake pans so the cake doesn't stick, because when it comes out, it could stick. Get this all around. There we go. We want to prevent stickage. All right. Now what we're going to do is, I'm going to add the dry ingredients. I'm putting in 1 3/4 cup of all-purpose flour. I'm adding in 2 cups of granulated white sugar. It'll be a really fantastic chocolate cake when this is done. Okay. 2 cups of granulated sugar. Just want to make sure. Yep. Okay, I'm going to mix this together because it looks like it's a lot of sugar, but believe me, it's not. There we go. Now what I want to do now is I want to add 3/4 cup of unsweetened cocoa. You can take 1/4 cup and add 3 times and you'll have your 3/4, all right? Okay, where's my sift? Now what I want to do is I want to sift this for one reason. I don't want the cocoa to become lumpy bumpy. Get rid of all the lumpy bumpies, okay? All right, now we got to add in another 2/4 cup, all right? I love Hershey's. It's one of my favorite brands of chocolate and cocoa. It's really been around for many, many years, many centuries. Sorry, Camel Lady, I don't mean to have you breathe that in. Okay. Okay, need one more, and then we're going to sift this together. We're going to have a really great chocolate cake. Okay, this has got to definitely have to be washed. Now what I want to do now is add in 1 1/2 teaspoons of baking soda and baking powder. All right. Here we go. 1 1/2 teaspoons. How are you doing? How's the weather where you guys are? There goes the oven, it's preheated. Okay, this is baking powder. Now I want to add in baking soda. Sometimes when you bake, you have to add them together. It depends on what kind of recipe you have. We're running out of baking soda, Pamela Lady. We might need to buy some more. Okay. Go. Okay. Get that little devil out. Come on now. Here we go. Okay, now what I'm going to do is we're going to whisk this together. Yeah, it needs to be unsweetened. It comes out really good. And like I said, I've used Hershey's my whole life. And make sure everything is mixed together. The baking powder, the sugar, the cocoa. This is the dry ingredients. It's going to be really moist and, oh, it's going to be really good. There we go. Okay, now we're going to put this aside. Now we're going to add in the wet ingredients. All right, we're going to add in 2 fresh farm eggs. I want to move all the dry ingredients away so we don't accidentally have a little accident here, which is known to happen. You add the wrong thing in, you know. Okay. Okay. Mix this together, the eggs. And we got a little cocoa in it. Not to worry, because you know what? It's going to go in there anyway. Oh, you know where it came from? It came from my hands. Oh, well. Okay. Now the next thing I want to add in is going to be a 1/2 cup of oil. It could be corn oil, it could be vegetable oil. I don't recommend olive oil. I don't think it would go great in chocolate cake, but you know, you never know. But this is just a plain vegetable oil. I'm going to mix it together. I'm going to add in 1 cup of milk. Okay. I'm adding in 1 cup of water. Now don't worry about it being moist. It's going to be moist. It's supposed to be. And I'm adding in 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. It's a very easy chocolate cake to make. Okay. And mix all the wet ingredients together. If you ever get a little cocoa in here, don't worry about it. It's going to the same place. I'm now pouring the wet ingredients into the dry. Okay, see, like I said, it goes to the same place, honestly. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to whisk this all together. And it's going to be a very loose cake batter. You don't even need to use a hand mixer unless you really want to. I remember when my kids were small. I have 4 kids. They all love to eat the batter. Okay, a little bit more. Do you see this over here? This is flour. This is why we have to make sure this is mixed up. I might have to use my beater. I'm not sure yet. I hope not. I'm making sure all this is out of here. Okay, now what I want to do is grab my wooden spoon, and I just want to quickly double check. Okay, I don't see any flour. I want to make the batter nice and smooth. Oh. Okay, we have a little spillage here. All right. Pour it into the cake pan. Okay. No, there's no flour here at all. It's going to be a great chocolate cake when this is done. It's going to be nice and... You know, I found a little flour on the bottom. This is why we have to keep mixing everything together. Okay, it's gone. Okay, a little bit more. All right. Now what we're going to do is we're going to bake this in the oven for about 25 minutes until this comes out clean with a toothpick or a knife or whatever you can find. All right. Meanwhile, we have to clean up the mess here. Okay, we're going to put this in 25 minutes. Give you a chance to clean up the mess. Okay, what I'm going to do now is, as you can see, it's very, very moist. I even touch it. I will get a little chocolate on my hands. So I'm trying not to touch it. This is a very moist cake. Now what I'm going to do for the filling is I'm going to put in chocolate pudding custard. Now what we're doing is we're putting in chocolate custard pudding. It's so good. This is going to be our filling. You can use any kind of instant pudding for this. Okay. Look how beautiful that's coming along. Okay. Okay. Now, the next thing I'm going to do is... The next thing I want to do is put a little milk chocolate on top of it. You know what? I think we're going to put custard on it. I think it'll go a lot better with the custard than the milk chocolate. This definitely goes better on the top. Alright. Okay, the problem is when you use a thick frosting like this on a very delicate cake, it'll just pull the cake apart. We don't want that to happen. So instead we're going to use the custard filling and we're going to, oops, get back here, you little devils. Put it on top of the cake. Now when you make cake with oil, it's going to be moist. When you make it with butter, when you put it in the refrigerator, the butter can often harden, and we don't want that to happen. So on this particular cake, it's a very moist deluxe chocolate cake. There's millions of ways you can make chocolate cake. Right, Mittens? Oh, speaking of cats, if any of you have a broom in the kitchen, please put it out of kitty cat's reach, because kitty cats love broom bristles for some unknown reason. It can upset their bellies. Right, Misty? I mean, Mittens? Mittens walked off the set yesterday. I had to renew her contract. And here we have a wonderful homemade chocolate cake. Deluxe moist chocolate cake from Deborah Wade's Home Country Kitchen. Have a great day.